All right. A very good evening, everyone. Today, we're going to go neutral in a new talk show. So, we're not going to be so much about that team that won the Premier League. I'm not even going to mention the name, that trophy behind me. However, today this show is called Footy Talk. We're going to keep it open with every other topic as well that is related to football, the Premier League in Europe. We might even go outside of Europe to even football here in Asia or in even the Africa football. We'll try not to go to the United States too much, but if we have to, we'll do that. So we'll talk about world football, everything impacting world football, as well as the banter, the news, our opinions coming from the fans. So we have a few people here today. We have a face from our last show about that team that won the Premier League, who surprised us with a special guest appearance, Mr. Karami Kamel,
Thanks for having
uh,
me, guys.
who supports a red team, similar to the shirt that the other guest speaker, Mr. Vinod, is wearing today, proudly, bravely. Um, we have a special guest here, Mr. Josia, who is going to be focused on one special topic, I think a memorable historical topic that we're going to talk about today, and also my fellow buddy, Mr. Puvarasan. This show is literally an idea that Puva actually had long time ago when we started WhatsApp groups about football. It was called Footy Talk. So we're gonna take this out there and try to keep this going as well and give fans a place to talk about football. So yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with Leeds United. Okay, we're going to talk about Leeds United and their remarkable story of being away for 16 years, 15 years, 16 years, is it? That they've been away
16 years.
from the Premier League. And now they've made it all the way back into the Premier League. Leeds United at one point were actually contenders for the UEFA Champions League, all those years ago. And I
Yep.
think a misfortune just took them all the other way, and they've been out of it. And now they're back, uh, trying to make their way back where they belong, I would think. And 16 years is as good as it gets. The only other good story is 30 years, but let's not talk about that other club with 30 years history. So Mr. Josiah here, who is a diehard Leeds fan, who seems to be wearing a JD t-shirt though.
Yeah.
I'm working at DDT actually.
So you and Vinod, I guess, Harimau Selatan fans. But so yeah, let's talk about this. Josiah, what can you tell us? How does it feel to be a fan of a club that actually got relegated and went down, and now they are actually back after the that whole
Yep.
long haul 16 years? How do you feel?
Right. So thank you for having me in the show first of all, and it's a privilege for me to represent Leeds after we've been struggling for almost 16 years. But fair enough to say, I'm going to speak on behalf of some Leeds United Malaysian fans that we have a together. We even though when we were relegated back then, we somehow tried to um, get like we don't have like live shows and to watch, so we will try to stream, we'll try to watch it somehow, we'll try to do a bit of negotiation, we'll try a level best to try to meet up as every single time. So it was a really good feeling to come back to Premier League. All of them are very happy, we all were very happy as a team. We did a small celebration just last week when we lifted up our title during the match against Derby. So it was a great feeling, and we actually really excited to come back under the new coach. He has tremendously changed our whole entire football. They used to say that we play a lot of English style of football, but with Vesla, there's a lot of changes, a lot of attacking game. the championship became very exciting after he took over as a coach. So we are privileged actually to have him. He's not a small coach or anything, but he's world beaters in terms of coach. I think there's a lot of respect for him from people like Pep Guardiola,
Yeah.
Pochettino, and also a club like us. It's like the best feeling. Everything is happening, even though during this 2020 COVID and all. I think this is a pretty much a very good blessing for us, lah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what?
Joshua.
Yeah, sorry, Paul, go ahead.
Joshua, I want to add the question to you. I want to shoot a question to you.
Yep.
See, you guys were so close to get promoted last season. Just 12 months
Yep.
ago, you guys were so close, and and it was so heartbreaking to see them to lose in the semi-final to Frank Lampard's Derby County. Okay, when everybody
Yep.
said that Leeds should have won the championship instead of going to the playoff. Uh,
Yep.
to overcome the 12 months of emotional roller coaster, like usually situations like this, I mean, most of the team can't bounce back in the just the next year itself.
Yep.
Probably Leeds were fortunate because Bielsa stayed and all his coaching staff stayed, and
Yes.
the fans were behind him. But I want to know
Yep.
the last 12 months how it was.
Okay, so let's talk about last season when we like how Pua you gave me this question saying what happened towards the end of the
Yeah,
game. We were leading quite almost 12 points ahead of the rest of them, but the team started to dip form at the very crucial time towards the last game. So one reason could be the style of play that he is very, very how do you say high tempo. So fitness do play a part, and if you watch Besla's way of training people, it could be a factor of tiredness towards the end, to be honest, because we never had a depth of players. I would say a top 18 players to be rotating during the whole entire season. So towards the end, it was a little bit of struggle. But what I like is I think the reason we won the championship this year is purely because Besla took another year and continued the same team, but gave them a bit of confidence. I think throughout the second season, everyone started to understand the style of play that he wants, and they adopted it well. And all we stick was purely on what he wanted the players to do, and and once they know that last year we were struggling, so these last 10 games, I feel this COVID was a blessing, because when that break happened, when we came back, it was not a tired Leeds United team, but it was a pretty much a good rested Leeds United team. So I believe um, some sort this COVID pretty much helped us also in terms of coming up to EPL.
I see. I see. Do Vinod and Karami wanna say something about Leeds United? Karami and Vinod, especially being United fans, what does it mean for Leeds coming back? You guys are sick and tired of that other red team. I don't even want to mention the name, but Leeds. It starts with L as well, right? So how does this feel?
yeah,
Can I go first, Vinod?
Yeah, you go first.
please.
Okay, obviously I haven't been watching championship matches that much. Can you just tell me, Josia, who are the key players for Leeds United this season and coming up to next season?
Okay, so our main player is a Yorkshire-born player from Leeds United. His name is Calvin Phillips.
Yeah,
He is actually we call him the Yorkshire Pirlo. The way he plays in
Nice.
defensive midfielder position. I haven't seen an English player who has a bit of more flair in terms of holding the game. So even Southgate actually came to watch him so many times and was considering him to put him in the in the
National team.
first.
England team.
Start
Yeah.
seeing him more. He's one of the Brighton called Ben White. I think
Yeah.
Liverpool is actually looking at him as well for a centre back replacement. But I don't know. It
Yeah.
was just rumors that I heard. Uh, these two players actually really transformed the whole team. I believe these two are someone that I can mention. Of course, you're talking about overall everyone contributed towards the championship, but I will highlight these two players as one of the core players that brought us up as well.
And Joshua, of course, Pablo Hernandez also as well, right? Without him,
Oh yeah, so sorry, but I mean, of course, the legend. I know
the legend.
he's too long been there. But I mean, of course, I call him a legend. He used to be playing for Valencia. He used to be playing for bigger, clubs and
Yeah.
all. He is pretty much the oldest player among all the youngest players at Leeds. So he has motivated some of them. He has gave his experience towards the younger players. To be honest, our team is in an average of below 26, most of them in the first team, and Pablo is the only one was above 30. So he
Yeah.
showed a lot of in terms of experience. He really helped the team a lot, even though he didn't play a full 90 minutes most of the games. But when he came in, he really contributed a lot from his experience.
Vinod, do you have a question?
I mean, how about Stuart Dallas?
All right, so Stuart Dallas, we call him the joker of the team because literally he plays in every single position. If Vesla tells him to play left back, he plays left back, right back, or right wing, or even center midfield. All these positions he had covered this season.
Yeah.
So he is a very important asset for us, and his fitness level is I consider as one of the best in terms of fitness. So Vesla really use him a lot in terms of covering the other positions because we don't have the depths like how big teams have in EPL, but we make use of him in terms of positions and everything there. Yeah.
But it's quite great how Belsa made the team play in the same intensity most of the games without the same squad depth. Because in championship, your gap of games is almost 3 days, 3 to 4 days gap. And it's able to maintain that with the young players squad you have. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So
So have they like um I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just thinking out loud here that so Pablo Hernandez, is he really gonna be something in the Premier League? What is he now? 30. He's my age. Probably my age, eh?
30,
Pablo Hernandez. We're getting old. So is he really
yeah,
gonna still be?
he's
Of
actually
course, for being a remarkable season, everybody deserves a shot to play with the Leeds under the Leeds jersey in the Premier League, right? They probably earned it, most likely. But do you still see him being there? I'm sure there's going to be some sort of a boost to perhaps get a few players in. Otherwise you're not going to have any firepower. So I'm sure there's going to be some sort of consideration from the club there, and they're not going to be having deep pockets, I'm sure, but they will be making some attempts, like the clubs that just got relegated from the Premier League, some other clubs that get
yeah.
relegated from the other European leagues. I'm sure they're going to go after some of these players. With that being said, how do you think they're going to fare? How do you think the strategies are going to change? Is Bielsa going to be still able to pull off what he pulled off? Like what Vinod said, unthinkable, right? So, is he really going to be able to make good in terms of keeping Leeds up in this upcoming comeback season?
Okay, so yeah, it's a very subjective question. It's a very good question. Most important, I wanted to say that the style that Vesla brought to championship is totally something that the championship even didn't expect because the fact that in championship, Vinod was saying, it's very competitive. We play back 3 days in a row and all these things. But what make us different? Where I think we will definitely do fine on the first season in EPL is because of the way he plays. He doesn't have a plan B. Baseline style is simple. When he stays plan A, the way he plays, he doesn't change it, even though he's playing against a big team or another stronger team. He always sticks with his formation, and that plays a part because what I see is everyone is waiting looking forward to see Leeds how they adapt in Premier League, whether they're going to come up and then they're straight going to go up. But overall, guy, I believe we definitely will stay in our first season, and we definitely are going to show you all how exciting is Besla's tactical in terms to come to EPL.
I think
Okay,
there's an
Joseph, one
advantage.
question.
There's a bit of an advantage to Belsa here because coming from the champion, it's a different ball game. People might call it English football, but it's a different ball game altogether. And there is a reason why this kind of
Yep.
teams can upset Premier League teams when they play in the cup because they are playing a whole different thing. Their mindsets are on total different things. They go into the cups, they go into the FA Cup, the League Cup, with nothing to lose. They throw everything. They throw everything at it. So I'm just going to be. It's going to be curious to see how Leeds adapt. With that nothing to lose mentality, and that's why you throw it all out there, and then you achieve what you achieve and make it back into moving up the ladder back into the Premier League today. So I'm going to be. It's going to be very curious to see how he adapts as a manager because I really do think that at this point you've mentioned quite a number of players. Ben White, Vinod mentioned Dallas,
Yep.
I'm trying to understand who
Calvin.
who was the player of the year for Leeds. I don't know whether that's been announced, but anyway, I do think the key factor here is going to be Belsa, but I we'll really have to see. And I do feel he's going to make a lot of managers feel gullible. You know,
Yeah.
because what do you expect? As for example, if I'm Mourinho and Guardiola, I'm going to play against Guardiola's team. I know Guardiola, right? I've played against Guardiola all the time. So I know
Yep.
kind of know what to expect. I kind of know what to expect, and then everyone's going to go at it until one team breaks. But when he with Bielsa here is going to be very interesting. I do think he's going to take some teams by surprise, and I do think that he's going to take some top teams by surprise. I do not
Yep.
know. The thing is, when it comes to top teams in the Premier League today, it's a bit of a joke. But I don't like we do not consider Arsenal a top team anymore. So I would tell Bielsa to arrange pre-season matches with Arsenal to warm up because they're going to get all the confidence they need. Anyway, all five of us here, best memories of in the Premier League in the past. Can Josiah, you tell us when they were last in the Premier League, what's your most fondest memory of them? Josiah, you first. What's your most memorable moment of Leeds in the Premier League before, from when they were last year or the time that they were here?
Sorry, I can you repeat? I lost you there just now.
No, no. What is your most memorable moment for Leeds United in the Premier League from the past when they were last year?
Well, the memorable thing is watching Leeds against Liverpool. I don't know whether you all remember that particular game where Mark
Of course
Viduka
we do.
scored 4 goals. And, yes, and we came to Anfield and got you all there. So I think my best match moment was that. Watching that was just amazing. Even though, of course, I'm looking forward to um, play against Manchester. I mean, our team is looking forward to go against Manchester United again this coming season. But if you ask me, in the past, as you all know, Man U and Leeds has a different rivalry from the back at the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and also I feel if you ask me the question, I will say that Liverpool match, but and also if Beckford scoring in Old Trafford at one time 1-0, that was the FA
FA
Cup
Cup,
match. So these
FA
games
Cup, yeah.
were pretty much one of the best memorable things that I can think of Leeds back then.
I think I shot myself in the foot there when I asked you that question because driving this morning, planning the show and driving back, I swear to God, I was thinking, how do I avoid this thing, right? So, man, you just stole it from my head. But then, I really do think that Mark Viduka was something. That was a bargain. That was a bargain for the entire Premier League, not just for Leeds United. So for one
Yep.
guy to come from Australia and make such an impact,
Yeah.
I think that was the deal of his life-changing deal for Viduka, and I think it opened the Premier League's eyes at that point to think outside of just Europe, to see talent is really out there.
Yes.
For me, if Puva, Karami, and Vinod don't mind me going, I think for me, there were very few things that time that was delicious to watch. I think during that time, when you're having a dull day, having a burger from McDonald's would have been delicious. But beyond that, I think a brilliant free kick from Joe Hart. Ian
Mm.
Hart. Oh my word! That Ian
Oh,
Hart,
Ian Hart.
that free
Yeah.
kick. Every bloody time I'll be at the edge of my seat just to watch an Ian Hart free kick, right? Like it's ridiculous. The game-changing moments, and such a humble player. So I would think there's too many Ian Hart game-changing
Yeah.
moments for me to think back. But he was, I think, very underrated. Very underrated. He was really a real good part of the league structure back then. As they grew and went into Europe and all that. But I do feel that he wasn't as appreciated as he was during that time. There were just too many big names, and I really do miss watching those Ian Hart moments. Next to Alan Smith, Ian Hart was something of pure delicious viewing for me on TV. I love free kicks. I'm a free kick. I'm a sucker for free kicks, and I miss that guy. I miss that guy. Yeah, so that's me. Karami.
My fondest moments. I have multiple moments, but one of those is when I think in '03 when Leeds beat Arsenal or drew against Arsenal that gave United the title that season. That was one of it.
Mm. Mm-mm.
But in that squad, I
They
think
won 3-2.
I enjoyed watching. Yeah, they won 3-2. Yeah, they came back from behind and won 3-2.
They
Yeah, I
won
remember
3-2.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The players, Josia, Kewell, Viduka. Kewell's my favorite there. After Alan Smith, Lee Boyer as well, Ian Hart, like Senna said. Oh, those were great players, and you can blame the Red with an L for this career. I think he went there and got multiple injuries. It was such a shame. If he could have been something else in Merseyside, Huel, but yeah, those are the kind of players that I really love to watch back then.
Nice.
Vinod and Pua.
Okay, I go first, Kwa. My fondest memory would be the Champions League run to the semi-final.
Oh
Remember?
my word! That was a
And
brilliant
if
season, man. Seriously.
they
They
were in
lost to Valencia,
that group,
right?
they lost to
Yep,
Valencia
in the
semi-final.
semis.
But the Dominic Matteo header at AC Milan at
Yeah.
San Siro got them to the second round. That
Oh
was a
yeah.
defining moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True defining moment. And no one can talk. The second moment, I would say, the Liverpool and Leeds game, the perfect hat trick from Viduka.
Mm.
Liverpool is such a giving team. We let players. They let
We
players
are
get a good break and get comfortable in the Premier League. Like Viduka, like Arshavin, and many others who have
Yeah,
scored against such a team. So yeah.
those moments were Leeds testing grounds. Anfield were their testing grounds.
Puma?
Oh, I
Didn't
wanted
see
to.
that coming.
I wanted to talk about the 4-3 Liverpool game, and then I wanted to talk about the Leeds' famous win in at Highbury, which eventually helped United to seal the title. I think Karimi touched that. Eric Kewell with the winning goal, unbelievable goal. I still remember how he scored that. Since both has been already mentioned, I want to mention a game, Rio Ferdinand's first game back in Ellen Road as a Man United player, which resulted
Yeah.
with a
Oh,
defeat for Man United. Harry Kewell scored with a header 1-0. I would mention that. See, there is no issue with Leeds. Leeds and Liverpool, we are like, we are not enemies. Leeds, I think for Leeds fans, the only rate they can accept is Liverpool. Okay, so whenever
Yeah.
Leeds face Man United, obviously Liverpool fans will back Leeds and we will support Leeds. So
We can
one
watch
of the
together,
rare,
bro.
yeah, this season we will watch together, brother. So yeah, I would mention that game, Ferdinand's first game back in Ellen Road, which resulted in 1-0 defeat for Man United. Harry Kewell's winner.
How did he end up in the club that he ended up coming from Leeds? I'm trying to understand this. I really don't understand that, right? Like considering the rivalry and all that kind of things.
No,
I
Sometimes
think it was down to
but
the
if you
he
factor
just
of
did he just did a
uh,
Soul Campbell, bro. He just did a Soul Campbell.
no, but
Simple.
Ferdinand was from West Ham.
Yeah,
West
he's
Ham,
not
yeah.
Leeds born. He's not Leeds born.
Yeah, Lisbon,
And
but he did not train there. So
that particular at that particular time, Leeds were also struggling financially. So we had to sell some of the players, and that's one of the reasons Rio Ferdinand
oh yeah, Josiah.
actually went
Coming back to that, the
over the other side.
Leeds' biggest downfall for the relegation was your financial, how you guys managed it the last time. So do you
Yeah.
think you guys
Yeah,
going to repeat the same mistake this time around? Because you guys overspent, you got the big names in, you couldn't sustain. There was no Champions League football, there was no European football. Then you had to sell, you had to let go of your big names. So eventually, the giant went down. So coming back after 16 years, do you see you guys spending big again? Because we have seen in the past, Fulham, Aston Villa, Arsenal just passed it. Those who have spent big has not been able to sustain. So do you see Leeds going back on the same track
yeah.
or no?
No, it's a very good question because what we learn is we learn from the lesson that we overspend throughout our Champions League time. I believe now our new owner, his name is Andrea Reggiani, and this guy is
Yeah.
actually a very good you can say a very good owner because the fact that he knows how to stabilize the club. And he did mention right after we won the championship that we are not going to burst our budget in EPL just like how Aston Villa did and the rest. I think our format will be more like Sheffield, who did very well in the first season back to EPL. So our most lacking point currently is actually based on a striker position. I believe the rest of it we just need to add the depth. But striker is something that we are really looking forward to have a really prolific striker. So that's why if you go and see the tabloids now, there is a lot of leads rumors of Cavani,
Yeah,
Zlatan, and
Cavani.
all. Yeah, so I think a proper number
I,
nine is what
I,
Leeds is looking for.
Okay, if you're
would you consider Pogba? You can get him cheap.
if Pogba is ready,
I don't think so.
just come
I
and
don't
pass.
think so. Besta will like Pogba, so I guess it's a no.
Josiah, but coming back to your striking issue, you guys have Kevin Augustine there, and you guys have to sign him for 8 million. So because of your clause in your contract, but Bielsa doesn't use him. So would it impact your transfer spending and your target markets?
Well,
Because
see
you're
what
talking 8
happened
million
with
is a
case of Augustine. When sorry, the line is a bit So
It's okay.
what happened with Augustine was, he got injured, and that whole loan he only managed to come up with 3 appearance for Leeds. So now what is happening? I think there is a talk between the club whether to sign him or not. I'm pretty sure we will sort it out by not signing him. But there will be a clause or something that they are negotiating between both clubs to maybe give a compensation to Augustine's parent club, and then we are going to look definitely for another striker.
Great.
Okay, who's your target market? Because Ben White, to be very honest, I think Brighton will be taking him back with his performance. So that is a huge impact for you at the back.
Yes, so,
And as much as Stuart Dallas,
correct.
you're a good team player, but he's covering your left back, and he's not a natural left back. Would that be your key positions, or you guys are looking
Yep.
to buffer up at the top?
Yeah, we definitely, like I said just now, we will definitely add in some depth to the team on based on positions. And Ben White actually wants to stay, but I know Brighton will never let him go. He's a very young England prospect, so uh, we are already in the market of looking at a centre back because our backup is actually on the last game of the season. He also got a ligament problem, and he'll be out for the whole season. So we are definitely looking at a centre back, and priority will come for the depths of the team. On top of that, we definitely are looking for the striker on top.
So who Josiah, if you had a wish today, striker,
Yeah.
who's your one number one on your wish list?
Wow, that's very tough. Of course, if you ask me, I want Harry Kane or someone
No,
like that.
no,
But
you're
uh,
coming to the Premier League, bro. So it's gotta be tough. If the question, it's gotta be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, realistic,
uh,
realistic wish list. Realistic
Realistic.
wish list.
Who can Leeds go after that it's in your radar and you really wish that they get him?
well, Besla, one thing I feel, because of him being a coach of that caliber, we definitely can attract some big names. But one thing I heard is in Argentina we might maybe coming from Argentina. River Plate, there is a rumors of someone is seeing. So if realistically, I believe because of Vesla we can sign uh, people like maybe Cavani. So I feel we might get a strong backing from. It's just purely because of Vesla and the excitement of we coming after 16 years. There's also a talk of us getting the owners are in talks. I don't know how far through is this, but if this really happens, then PSG owners are also linked to Leeds in terms of a collaboration with Andrea Rezzani as our owner. So if that happens, then of course the money is there, and all. But if the question you ask, a realistic approach will be probably uh, a striker maybe from Bournemouth, Josh King, or maybe
Yeah,
someone like
Wilson,
Wilson over.
Callum Wilson.
Yeah, so I think that could be a very good signing for Leeds, based on they have experience in EPL, and they definitely want to be in EPL, not going down to Championship. So I think realistic target will be those who relegated from EPL.
Great.
Jose, what about Thiago Almada? There has been some rumors that you guys are getting him too.
Yeah, so these rumors that he's coming in is all because there's a lot of them want to work with Vesla. They know how the way he brings up an average player to be a top player. So that makes our signing much more easier, because if you notice, if you followed championship for the past 2 years of how Leeds played, the players that had the season before are the same players that when Besla took over, he rejuvenated the whole team to be top players. So a player like an average player can always transform under Besla. So we have a lot of people would like to come and play under Besla. So that's one advantage we have.
You're kind of making Bielsa sound like he's Jurgen Klopp's long lost friend, man.
I think that, and I also will call him a god, lah, bro, because he really brought us up. And
No
if you
doubt, no
go
doubt.
around googling in Leeds, everyone calls him a god. We definitely very thrilled, very happy to uh, be he's part of our whole entire major.
He
Yep,
deserves
yep,
that
yep.
nickname because Bielsa created a play that no one thought is possible in Championship.
Definitely, definitely. I think that pretty much sums it up. I think as far as Leeds United is concerned, I do believe. I think just now the president of the Nabil Fekir to Liverpool fan club, Mr. Kitchen, was like, "As a Leeds fan, and there are large amounts of Leeds fans here compared to I think the Manchester City and Chelsea, if you ask me." But I think that just sums it up. I think we are all looking forward to Leeds coming back and bringing things back. I'm very old school, and I do believe that I want to see the Premier League go back to the way it once was, with all these teams that are there. Uh, those were great times, like our your Sunderlands and Derby counties and Charltons and Middlesbrough. But it's really good to
Yeah.
have all the way back here. So I think that kind of sums it up. So we're really um, absolutely happy for you, Josiah, and your team, Leeds United. A large, huge welcome
Thank
back to
you.
them. A big shout out to your entire Leeds bunch of friends and the fan club, the small following or the large following. I do think there's some sort of a large
Thank you.
following in Malaysia. How about you just give them a quick call out right now? Call out all your buddies.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you for this. And first of all, thank you for letting me Leeds United part of the show. I think it's something we feel welcome about. Knowing the fact that all of you are looking forward to see us in Premier League, that also makes us a bit more different. I just want to do a bit of shout out for the Leeds United Supporters Club in Malaysia. We actually based in KL. Leeds United Supporters Club. So those who are watching, if you're a long lost Leeds fan, you can always contact me, or you can also go to Facebook and check Leeds United Supporters Club Malaysia. And you can, of course, we will test you with questions, and we will check on your profile, because we want really true fans. Because as few of us are the admins of the group, we sort of kind of shocked, because all of us are not a pure Leeds fan. So we will definitely do a bit of checking. But we are looking forward to see a lot of people. You can check us out in Leeds United Supporters Club Malaysia. So we are definitely looking forward. We can do a collaboration to watch together. If other fan clubs are willing to do something together, please contact. You can contact me, or you just can go to our website. I mean, our Facebook, and no, contact us as well. So
I will tell you what.
thank you
I
guys
will
for
tell you
having
what.
me.
Josiah, I'm just going to interrupt you there. I'll tell you what. Myself and Puva are going to make sure that our little Cop Talk family, or the New Gen Copites family, let's meet up and have one little gathering when Liverpool plays Leeds, either home or away, doesn't
Awesome,
matter.
bro.
We should have a little futsal match followed by
Yeah.
some fun and laughter right after that. So let's make that happen.
That would be awesome. I hope,
So we
I
will
hope
be,
like
we
how
will
Liverpool
be,
is inviting us. I hope Manchester also will invite us as well. Anyway, thank you guys because for this opportunity and Pua, thank you for inviting me as well with the rest
My
of y'all.
pleasure, bro.
Um,
My pleasure.
I'm sorry because I got to travel back to come
Yeah.
back to KL. So no, it's nice to meet y'all, and I'm looking forward, guys, to definitely be part of this whole entire thing, guys.
Sure.
all right, all right.
Drive
Thank you.
safe.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, Josiah.
We will be definitely having you back here. Leeds United is back. We're going to keep this show going. Of course, we've moved
Awesome,
into
bro.
our off season right now, so we're getting only between 5 to 10 and 15 people viewing right now. So thank you so much for everyone who's watching. But I'm sure when the Premier League starts, we're going to keep this going, and we will
Awesome.
have you back. We will talk about a lot more angles on this show or even on the Cop Talk show. We will be talking about the Premier League. We will be talking about how things are affecting all our clubs that we love and support very dearly. Things are going to be different. We're going to go into a different way of the Premier League because it's going to be this whole new post COVID-19, the 5 substitutions. Probably they're going to have different kind of schedules planned. We're still not going to have fans in the stadium. It's going to be a very different ball game that we're going to be seeing. So we really look forward to you, Josiah. This is not the first time or this is not going to be the last time that you're going to be here. We're going to have you on very soon again. So thank you very much for joining us. Uh, welcome back. Leeds United is literally a club that I think no matter what other club that Malaysians do support in the Premier League, at least it's a club that we all have got no issues with. We really welcome and it's a happy club. It's a happy club, all right, to have back and to talk about. So thank you, Josiah. And to all Leeds United Supporters Club Malaysia,
Thank you, guys.
do follow the talk show. Thanks for lending Josiah here today on behalf of the supporters club, and
Thank you.
look forward to your support. We want to do a lot more things. These are shows that we want to give voice and opinions to be called out from the fans' perspective. I think all of us are so passionate. We can call out all of this and talk about it as perhaps even different angles than the pundits that they don't see. So thank you so much, Josiah. We hope you can
Thank
stay.
you, guys.
If you gotta go,
Thanks,
thank you so
Josiah.
much for joining us. We look forward to having you at the next
I'm
show.
definitely join you all the next one longer. Thank you, guys. See y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, Josiah. See you.
All right.
Welcome back.
All right. So that was Mr. Josiah, and thanks for getting him on the show, Puva. I think it was great to talk about Leeds. It's so refreshing. It's so refreshing.
I
to move away from
I can't believe it would take 40 minutes on Leeds, man.
exactly right.
Leeds.
But we can see
I mean, to be honest-
how can see the jubilation and happiness in his whenever they talk. 16 years is not a joke. Leeds a proper old school club. They has to be there among the elites all the years. Every season. I hope they stay. I hope they stay longer. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vinod, you wanted to say something.
I'm looking back to the derby matches at Andover. The intensity is crazy.
Yes,
Those matches, I mean,
it's
to be
going to be
honest,
crazy,
even
man.
to compare against Anfield, the Ellen Road matches are more hostile, more aggressive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So-
Aggressive and hostile. Definitely, you
Yeah.
picked it. You picked the words. Yeah. I don't know where Karami went to. Karami seems to have.
What happened to Karen?
Yeah, I don't know
I think
actually.
he had some connection.
Yeah, I think he will join. I think he'll join.
Yeah. join back. Um, there he is.
My bad. Sorry.
It's back.
Hey, no worries, no worries. Um, so financial fair play. Let's get into this. Let's get into this thing. It is so fresh. It is so absolutely fresh that today we are receiving news that 41 million Nathan Ecker, right, going to
Yeah.
Manchester City. So
Yes.
what do you guys think about this? It's absolutely painful for me to see City just come out of the financial fair play drama, the entire saga that they have come out from, and for them to just go out there and splash 41 million, right? Like that's like it's nothing. Like you have clubs like the Premier League champions are trying to negotiate 27 million for Alcantara. And these guys just go and flash, hey, we're going to give you 41 million, keep the change, that kind of thing. It's like it never mattered, right? It's like it never mattered. So what is wrong with it? Is there no respect for rules anymore? And how long is this going to continue? Are we going to be subject? Are we going to be seeing eventually clubs literally buying trophies? Like, what do we do about this, you guys?
I mean, okay, you must give credit to Man City's legal team for first, because they are able to find the loopholes in the whole FFP. And then the second thing, we have to go back to FFP, who has drafted it. It's not bulletproof. So there are loopholes for such teams to play around. So City is just benefiting it and utilizing it. So until they come out with a bulletproof rules, I think City is just going to be tossing and kicking around it. Because even after coming out from their suspension, they are still spending aggressively, means they clearly know their holes and they can get bypass it.
I've never gone through the full capacity of the rules. I've never actually read through it. But shouldn't there be? I think Vinod, you are really spot on. I think there needs to be proper. It needs to be reviewed. I think perhaps it needs to be reviewed.
Yeah.
But do you think for me, I think there should be a common guidance at the top. Okay, coming from the UEFA's, that there should be a common guidance from the top of a set of foundational rules. But when it goes back to the leagues in the respective countries, I do think there needs to be better enforcement, where they take those rules and create more relatable, realistic rules aligned with how it works there in terms of their the clubs in those respective countries, in terms of what what the dollar or the currency of the country is. Otherwise it's always going to be at an unfair advantage, right? So even why have for example the FIFA World Club Cup, why have all those road to journey trophies that start from so many, it spirals from little tournaments here and there all over the world? What is the point? Because in the end of the day, if money is going to be what it is, those clubs that work so hard just to get an appearance at some qualifier, pre-qualifier, or even the actual qualifier for something as big as the FIFA World Club Cup, it's not going to matter. Even if they go all the way to the final rounds, they're never going to win. They're never going to be able to challenge, right? So I do think that there needs to be some sort of a better control granted to each respective country. The FAs of each country need to play a bigger role, which today I don't think they do. I don't think the For example, in what happened with Manchester City, what did the English FA do? Nothing, right? They didn't do
I
anything.
don't see them doing anything.
Say again.
It's money talk. No,
Yeah.
English F not
So
doing anything.
that's
It's money talk.
so that's my point. So how do we actually think about how does this move forward? Because the financial fair play at this point is a joke. It's a joke. So how do we actually move forward? Karami, what is your Karami is giving me a smile because United spent like some 230 million and still 33 points from the top. But at the very least, United declares that, and they declare transparently. They declare. Everybody knows they're probably at a loss because they are overspending. But they cover it back with everything else, and
Yeah.
the losses are small. At least they're keeping it above the line. Chelsea keeps it above the line. But what they're doing is ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. For me, it's simple. They found the faults. Okay, they just like we had a major big court case that was revealed in Malaysia a couple of days ago. If you're guilty, you're guilty. Yeah. No. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you
I
have
do.
broken rules, you have done wrong. You're guilty, lah. So in this case, it's a city. You're guilty, and then, but give us money and you're fine. Pay a fine
Okay,
and you're fine.
like Vinod said, the rule is still new. I think the FA, the European community needs to take a deeper look at it, needs to refine it so that there's less loophole for clubs to manipulate. But to trying to answer your question, Sena, I don't think this will end very soon because big clubs buying players expensively has been going on for so long. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Uh, that is just the advantage that they have since having a larger fan base all around the world, hence giving them more profit, hence giving them more money to spend. Uh, but the financial fair play is at least trying to give all these Minos clubs a little bit of chance to fight at least for a single match in the league. I if you are complaining about signing like Ake for 41 millions, I don't think that will end very soon. Although we just endured a pandemic, most people thought that the players' price are going to go down, but unfortunately, it is not currently. So I don't think it will end soon again. But hopefully they come up with something new to refine the rules.
I mean, Kalami, okay, you mentioned about larger fan base, but it does not apply to City because Man City
Yeah.
can't even get their own fans to fill the stadium.
Well,
So how do
City
you
in that
make
case.
revenue back there?
Okay, I mean City and Chelsea is kind of a special case since their owners are multi-billionaires and they can spend the money that they are spending. Such as like
I
let's say
don't
Liverpool and United. I know.
I don't think Chelsea
Yeah.
is the same case, Karami. Let's talk about Chelsea pre Roman Abramovich.
Yes.
There was still a team in the top 10, top 8,
Yep.
perhaps. They were
Yep.
still.
Have
Yep.
you seen any? Have you seen
They,
any Chelsea fans pre Roman Abramovich?
I've seen few.
handful,
I've seen
A
few.
few, yes.
There's some.
Just a
Yeah, I've seen
handful.
few.
Just a
no,
handful.
but
Yeah.
there are no City fans back then, my friend. There's no.
Obviously.
In that ratio, there are more
Yeah.
Chelsea fans there, right?
Well, those are the new generations. The City fans are all, I think, the millennials, the late 90s, who were born in the late 90s. So those are the new generation of fans, and we can't deny them the right to support City because they were born late. It's not their fault. So, like you supported Liverpool, and I was born when United was about to dominate the league, so I supported United. So it's a different issue if you're saying that City doesn't have fans way back.
No, but I think in terms of the financial contribution, what we know is trying to say, the clubs with the larger fan base, that's why they have that relationship with their fans, right? Because the clubs are made by the fans. The clubs
Yes.
grow because of the fans. But when it comes to City today, you know, You know what I mean? It's just like I really the game at Etihad. It felt like the same thing before COVID-19 and even during COVID-19. It's the same thing. Like didn't feel any different, right? Puma, financial FFP.
Uh, Obviously, I was hoping for something. I was hoping for something. But then, as Jose Mourinho said in his press conference, when you are not guilty, why actually find them?
Hmm.
Good point. Good point.
No, I think that
He was he was
they're
keep on. Yeah, Karami.
I think that their offense was disregarding the investigation, not UEFA was trying to investigate whether they broke the FFP, they
Hmm.
broke the rules of FFP, but City, I think I read it somewhere. City just dropped the investigation, not ready to cooperate with the investigation, and that's why they were fined 40
Yeah, I wish they had find more. 10 million is nothing for them actually. So for me, financial fair play is dead, man. It's gone. It's gone. I mean, there is no transparency here. And correct me if wrong. Chelsea faced the transfer ban due to FFP, is it, or some other thing? Chelsea faced that
FFP.
transfer ban,
No,
FFP.
Chelsea's transfer ban was because of poaching of players, younger players, without the proper
Okay,
channel,
Illegal
the
approach
signing of
lah.
players.
Yeah.
so it's not
Yeah.
the same. It's
It's not
not
the
the
same.
same. So I was actually
I mean,
hoping at least if not the European ban, I was actually hoping for at least a one window transfer ban from
Yep.
UEFA. I was really hoping so. So see, with Nathan Ake's signing now, 41 million, Guardiola has spent 365 million on defenders alone.
yes.
365 million on defenders alone, and out of that, one single window he
250 on
actually
fullback.
spent four fullbacks. Each of them cost 50 million.
Yes, 200 on fullbacks alone.
Yes, 200 million on fullbacks alone. So this is what uh, sounds ridiculous. I mean, like everybody knows that something happened. Everybody knows they did something
And
above the law. They never follow
yeah,
the thing. But I think I agree with Vinod. The credit should go to the Man City legal team. They somehow found the loophole out of
Mm.
it, and they succeed at the end. And for me, I mean, not for me, I think all of you can agree that it was a huge victory for Man City and Pep Guardiola also. I think Pep Guardiola will be so relieved.
Exactly.
Players like Kevin De Bruyne has openly said that he would leave if there is no European competition to play for next season. Or I mean, initially it was 2 years ban, right? So of
yes.
course, players like him when he was 29, he has to
Yep.
win the Champions League. Probably, yeah, it's a huge relief for the players, for the manager, and for the club.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
think
not a good news for. Of course, not a
uh,
good news for the rest.
I
but
think
then, but then,
I
but then
think
I look. But then I look from another angle. Imagine if City never play in Europe, at least for the next season, the players all stay. They will walk around. They will just walk away with the league next season.
Yeah.
They will just
Exactly.
walk away with the league. There is no distraction. There is no European distraction. It will be easy for them to win the league. So yeah, in a way, I will just take it. Okay, they have to play in Europe, so it won't be like a walk in the park for them in the league.
yeah, because as long as Guardiola has not gone and won the Champions League, he's going to be after that. So he's going to have a
Yeah.
distraction from the Premier League as well. So that does open the door for some other clubs who are aspiring to to take on the Premier League, like Everton. No, I just wanted to say, I think this whole financial fair play drama would have been better if it was Mourinho's team coming up on top and getting away with murder. because Mourinho will always just go back and say, considering that Arsene Wenger is the one driving it from UEFA, he will just say that he's an expert at losing. So there's no way he was gonna be. There's no way. But anyway, I really do. Why it's become a topic that I really wanted justice there is because being a Liverpool fan myself, and we have our own transfer policies with this whole money ball that FSG plays. So I really wanted the financial fair play to really take its course and really become being upheld, because I would only see some fairness, justice for our Moneyball policies against that, right? But now that I see it's a joke, Puva says it's dead. I think it's a joke. I think money still talks. So we should be really afraid. What if some Arabian tycoon wants to come and buy over Josiah's team, Leeds United, right? And go out there and buy,
Remember Newcastle?
I remember Newcastle, right? Exactly. So we are going to be, I just feel that it's nice to see big signings, record-breaking signings, and record transfer fees or record match fees and weekly wages and all those kind of things, but it's taking something out of football. It's taking out the real specialty in football, where you see when will top flight football continue to see things that are happening with that's happened with Leeds. You take teams in the championship and all that, in League One, in Division 1 and all those kind of things. They really need to come together and for a common cause, mind, body and soul, get out there and keep giving their best and try to climb. When are we going to see such things in the Premier League, in the top flights, anymore? That, if you ask me, that's one of the reasons why Manchester United today is where they are, because they started thinking that they could do the same thing. When Manchester was not that. During the Ferguson time, they built that thing.
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So when
Yes.
City did it, Chelsea did it, and all those kind of things, then they thought they can go and do it, and it's a mess. And why I will tell you it's a mess, that Armin's gone off again. It's a mess to say that after seeing Liverpool do what we have done, and Puva always corrects me or reminds me, Klopp didn't make a lot of huge major signings except for one or two, and that took some time. And when he did that, it took more than 12 months for us to deliver what we've delivered. And I think that's what football needs to be about. Every team needs to be about that. All those years ago when Leeds United was there, Real Madrid was there, PSG was there, Bayern Munich was there, but Leeds can go all the way to the semi-finals of the Champions League. With what? Did they have huge signings? No. So I just feel that money is taking something out of football. Don't you think so, guys?
Yeah,
Right?
I agree.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree.
It
You
really
see,
is taking
The drive and the
if
passion is not as the same as
yeah.
exactly right.
Can anyone answer what's the purpose and logic behind Nations League? It's all about money, man.
money.
It's a pointless competition.
Yes.
And for the
You
next
don't
World
even
Cup, they're gonna start the World Cup in the middle of the year. The middle of the football season.
End of the year.
Yeah, end of the year. It's all about money.
Exactly right. So it's getting a bit it's getting out of hand. What are we talking about? Are we trying to say that many years from now we're going to talk about a third grade keeper going to be costing us 60 million, 70 million, 80 million? Third. No, is that where we're heading?
We had a defender for 80
Could
million.
be.
We signed an 80 million defender. Don't forget.
Who's not
we
even
signed
very
80
good,
million
I might
defender.
add.
Who is not even worth 1/3 of his value.
No, but
He's
I really want to say that's the problem, isn't it? Look at Coutinho. We sold Coutinho for Becker and Van Dijk. We sold Coutinho for 150 million, right?
Yeah.
He has not lived up to that expectation. I'm being honest here. He was our magician, little magician, right? But he has not lived up to the expectation.
You take Coutinho and Dembele, both went for 100 plus. One is 101, another one is 147. They struggled. The weight of the expectation. Okay, take that out. Let's go to West Ham this season. Sebastian Hale, 45 million.
yes.
8 goals. That's not a return for 45 million striker you're talking about. Turn back the years to the Vidukas, to the Hasselbanks, who cost not even a fraction of this money. And those were quality strikers. Shearer moved for 9 million.
Correct.
Hey, we're talking about like times where real out and out killers are killers. When I say strikers, they are murderers. Like Hernan Crespo was the most expensive player in the world. But what was that? what was most expensive back then? Exactly.
It was 30 plus,
Yes.
yeah.
Andy Carroll was that much at one point, to my surprise.
That was Liverpool bot's masterclass, man. So that's not Carroll's worth actually. Even though it's being English, that was a panic signing. So Liverpool decided to pay whatever.
You signed two signings, Suarez and Carroll. Suarez turned out to be a bargain. Carroll turned out to be a disaster.
Disaster.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's any final words on this financial fair play before we go into a very interesting topic?
When money talks, I think going to be changed.
Hopefully, there's going to be some changes, though. We hope for that. I hope for that.
I only see a changes. For example, UEFA coming out with a tighter ban for anyone that breaks. None of the teams can participate in the European football for next 1 or 2 years. Or for example, England can't even beat the European nations. So that is a major blow. Then you will see the league FAs making decisions, fighting things. But when you don't make something that's going to be a huge impact, people always find a way around it. So the whole money game going on now, I don't think so anybody making that decision anytime soon.
Yeah.
But if they fade off, maybe another 5 to 10 years, but not the time being.
Mm-hmm.
So I do hope, I really do hope, that year that when Leicester won the league was a huge statement. Huge statement.
That was
a huge statement. When
how much did Leicester spend?
When Spurs just fell short and didn't win the league over that 2 seasons that they played the best football, just fell short of a larger statement. And I think it was a good thing for Liverpool to win it this season. Not just because I'm a fan, but it also shows about spending, and spending properly as a well-managed football club, with a lot of discipline in terms of how it's being managed and in terms of their spending, and they keep the football. But to be honest, Karami, I want to ask you, how do you think? If Ferguson was in his prime today, with the amount of money that's out there in terms of buying players and all that kind of thing, do you think Ferguson would be going in and thinking, give me 200 million or give me $500 million and I'm going to go out there and buy it? I don't think so, right? How would he?
He will splash some money, but not to this extent. Not like 80 million for Maguire. I think he will spend, but maybe for Maguire he would just settle for like 30-40 millions. I think that would be it. Not 80 millions for Maguire and 80 million to rebuy Pogba, which
Maguire wouldn't even be on
his list. Yeah.
He wouldn't even be there. For Sir Alex to say he had a problem with how Henderson runs, Maguire is nowhere there. There's nowhere there. No way. No, but my point is, he would go and make 1-2 goodbyes, and then he will manage smaller kind of bargains and academy players and give them the breaks, free signings perhaps. And my point is, he will be falling short. He will not be winning. He wouldn't be the successful manager that he was that time should he have started in his prime today, right?
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to
Agree.
say about the FFP. The FFP is ruining football. It's ruining football today. If it's going to be standing for a joke, like nobody's worried about it, and the statement that they're sending with letting City go, I would say scot-free, letting City go scot-free is like, it doesn't really matter. It's, what the financial fair play just means, do what you want, but pay for it, right? It doesn't make sense to me. I really do hope that things change. So anyway, enough of that. I think we can keep going on and talking about the financial fair play to till the cows come home. But I think it's going to stay there. The message is clear from all of us here. It's still going to be there. Let's try to do it and see how maybe COVID-19 has thrown a little bit of a wrench into the wheel of mad spending. So let's see. Hopefully we'll see something else. But so let's go into the next interesting topic. I'm sure I'd like to hear this before we call it a day. Team of the year, you guys. What do you want to? Let's go. Team of the year. 11. I don't want the whole bench, right? Let's go with 11. What do you guys? Who wants to go? Premier League. Let's keep it to the Premier League first. I know Vinod had wanted to say let's keep the top 6 out. But for the benefit of our viewers, let's go with just for now. Let's just go with the entire Premier League of 20 teams. Who's the team of the year, you guys? Who wants to go first?
I think Pua can go
Paul, you want to
first.
try first?
Yeah, I think for everyone's in agreement here.
Okay. Formation can be anything, it's up to us. So I go with 4-3-3.
I think Izul is sending you a message here. Please don't say the entire Liverpool 11. There's 2 things you cannot say. You cannot name the entire 11 from your team of choice, and then you cannot do a Zlatan and say all the 11 should be Zlatan. Okay, so guys, let's do that, guys.
Yeah. So I go with 4-3-3 formation. Goalkeeper is Nick Pope. Nick Pope from Burnley. I think he deserved it. Even though Ederson won the Golden Glove, I think to carry Burnley with the defender they have, with the amount of clean sheet he had, I think Nick Pope deserved to be there.
I think for once, Kishan is going to be happy somebody didn't pick Alisson.
No, if Alisson had played in the first, he played, he got sent off, right? He got injured in the first game against Norwich, so he missed 7 to 8 games, if not mistaken. If he had played that games, probably he would have walked away with the Golden Glove. But then, I think, but fair play to Nick Pope. I think he deserved to play in a top of team, or even he deserved to play for clubs like Tottenham Hotspur, because I know they have ego lorries, but then we know sometimes all his errors and everything. Maybe if Tottenham Hotspur go on like 1 or 2 more seasons without winning anything, and Loris, the likes of Loris and other star Eric Kane all leave, the first name the manager or the board should look for goalkeeper position is Nick Pope, someone like Nick Pope.
Agreed.
So that's my keeper, and I think most of you guys will agree with that, with Nick Pope's selection. My right back is, I think, quite straightforward. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold deserved it. I know United fans would say Wan-Bissaka. I agree. Defensively, Wan-Bissaka is probably better than Trent Alexander-Arnold, but come on, I don't think anyone would overlook Trent Alexander-Arnold's season with 13 assists. Is not a joke from for a right back.
Best good backup
And
for
my
England. Then
Say again.
so do you think Walker
depth for
will
England.
still be the first 11? So Walker still will be
No.
the first 11, is it? No. Okay.
No,
Walker is
I agree with you.
Southgate
It's Trent Alexander-Arnold. I agree with you. No doubt about it. But
Yeah.
in keeper though, I think I'll put Henderson in it.
Yeah,
If it
yeah,
was
we will
me.
look at your team. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My left back would be Andy Robertson
Oh,
from
come
Liverpool
on.
also.
Come
Forgive me. I can't look at anyone else for the fullback position who had throughout the season consistency throughout the season. I can't look beyond these two. The consistency for the 8 months, 9 months. I can't see anyone beyond that. Okay. So Trent Alexander right back, Andy Robertson left back, centre back alongside Van Dijk. I would put Soyuncu from Leicester City. Soyuncu from Leicester
Interesting.
City.
Hmm.
I
So
think
it's
for the
centre back.
the centre back pairing is Van Dijk and Soyuncu. Soyuncu from Leicester City. I think for the first 4 months, Soyuncu been brilliant for them. And we all know after Leicester City's defeat to Liverpool on the Boxing Day, 4-0 home defeat, their form been terrible. And we can't blame on Soyuncu alone. I think the whole team morally affected by the defeat. Because at one stage, people even tipped Leicester to challenge Liverpool, remember? For the league title.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's my back four.
It was
That's
getting
my
a bit.
back four.
Yep.
That's my back four. My midfield three would be Jordan Henderson, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jack Grealish. I wanted to put Bruno Fernandes.
Henderson.
I wanted to put Jordan Henderson. Yeah. Jordan Henderson, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jack Grealish. I think you guys would agree that without Jack Grealish, Aston Villa would have finished bottom.
Yep.
He is a Aston Villa boy. Villa is his boyhood club. He knows how much it means for him. I'm very sure you guys saw how much it meant to him when he scored that goal against West Ham that day. He knew that his club is safe from relegation. Yes, Bruno Fernandes probably deserved it for his statistic, but I don't want to put someone from January transfer window who came in January to put in the team of the year. But that's my simple logic there. But I'm not against people who actually pick Bruno Fernandes there, because the statistic shows that his statistic actually doesn't matter he scored from penalties or what. At the end of the day, is a goal. It's counted as a goal. So, yeah, my midfield three would be Anderson, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jack Grealish. My front three, I think this is the dilemma like many people are having, because look at the goal scorers list this year. Wadi, Ings, Aubameyang, Sterling, Mane. There are too many options there.
If you
So I
pick
think many people.
you off the show.
No, I just said the goal scorers list. I didn't say I picked Sterling in my team. Okay, my front three would be my center forward would be Jamie Vardy. I think it's fair enough because we can't leave out a golden boot winner from our team of the year. I think that's my only logic there. Even though I would love to put Danny Ings there, because Danny Ings the only one in that list without a single penalty.
He missed the
He
penalty.
never scored a single penalty, and he scored 22 or 23 goals, if I'm not mistaken.
Who is this?
So Danny Ings.
Danny Ings.
So my center forward would be Jamie Vardy. My left wing would be Aubameyang. My right wing would be Mane. Sadio Mane is my right wing. Left wing would be Aubameyang, and my center forward would be Jamie Vardy. So that's my team. Nick Pope, Trent Alexander, Van Dijk, Soyuncu, Robertson, Anderson, Kevin De Bruyne, Grealish, Mane, Wadi, and Aubameyang. And manager, if
Solid.
you want to add a manager for this team, I would love to Jurgen Klopp there, but I want to put Sheffield United manager there. I think
Oh,
I
that's a
think
nice option. Yeah.
I want to put him as my manager. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice,
Okay. Okay.
nice.
Vinod and Karami, do you guys have any thoughts on this team before we go into yours?
No, it looks solid. Except I think except for Soyuncu, I don't
No,
know. I think he's quite slow. So that's just my take. But all in all, a solid team.
All right. Who wants to go next? Between the both of you, we cannot do a rock paper scissors here unless you want to do a rock paper scissors right
I
now.
mean, go.
I go first. Okay. Like I said before, I think my goalkeeper, I think I will choose Dean Henderson over Nick Pope because of the Golden Glove Award. Right back, no doubt, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He has been a revelation in that position. More assists, even scoring goals, free kicks. Right. I actually have a bit of dilemma in my defensive line because I think like Puha, three of them are from Liverpool. So uh, left back is also Andy Robertson and centre back is Van Dijk. But for Van Dijk's partner, I think I would choose Emerick Laporte. Before his injury, I think Laporte did well for City. It's a shame that he had suffered that injury. And John Stones has been struggling in that heart of defense for City. So it was a big loss for City. I think losing Laporte did
A lot of
causing
damage.
them
A lot of
conceding more
damage.
goals. Yeah, conceding more
Yeah,
goals
yeah, yeah.
at the end of the season. For midfield, I do have Kevin De Bruyne as well. The other two, I think I would choose. Oof, this is going to be tough. I really don't want to put Fernandez as well because I don't think he has spent enough time in Premier League.
You can put him as
Mid
a
midfield. I think I would go for Willian from Chelsea. Although he has been, they say that he has not been performing well, but throughout the season, at the end of the season, even though he's not playing that much, he did carry on his job to help Chelsea to qualify for the Champions League. I think that's big, that's huge. The other one, the other midfield would be. I have to go with. I need a defensive midfielder, right? So I
Hmm.
have to go with Jordan Henderson, who has been controlling the hard Liverpool midfields very well this season. Um, he won what Writers Player of the Year, I think. It was good for him. He brought Liverpool from a 30-year drought to win the league. He led the team after receiving so many sticks before. So I definitely put Henderson. To my front three, Vardy is going to be in there for winning the Golden Boot. I would put Sterling because he's not even a striker. He's like a winger. No, he's like a winger, but he still score goals. And the other one I would put.
There's another word that starts with a W and a R at the end that I like to use for spelling, but I rather not.
The last one I think I would go for Giroud. I think
Really?
because yes, bro, he has been criticized so many times. He was touted to leave because I have two runners, right? I have Vardy and I have Sterling as runners. So Giroud will be the target man in the middle. Who could head? Could I mean he could get headers and he could produce goals as he has shown throughout the end of the season for Chelsea. So I think that's my pick. It
Wow.
might be controversial though. Yeah, it might be controversial.
I have my reservations on putting Laporte there and
Mm-hmm.
Sterling there. But I think in terms of the midfield, KDB and Hendo are I think definite picks for a majority of the Premier League fans, if they were to name their team of the year. But it's interesting. Your Giroud here is interesting because I'm a silent or humble Giroud fan myself, and I do
Okay.
feel that he's another underappreciated player. I think
Exactly.
even in our Liverpool group, we everybody takes a whack at Giroud.
Exactly.
And but I really do feel that he has had his moments, and for the clubs that he has played for so far, he does his job. He may
Exactly.
not be the top name out there or whatever, and he has the best hairstyles, but I like that kid. I like that kid. I would just think another guy who's like him but never really got the break was Chamak, Marwan Chamak,
Yes,
and
exactly.
I really do feel that Chamak would have been something had he been managed slightly better. But yeah, I just felt that the difference between him and Giroud is very, very little. But then again, Giroud being Giroud, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves, and that is
Exactly.
sad. That is a bit sad. But yeah, that's a brilliant call out, actually. My word, that's a nice choice, man. Nice choice. Really nice choice. Vinod and Puva, what's your take on his 11?
I was okay until he picked Giroud. Actually, I can accept Sterling. I can accept Sterling because end of the day, the number speaks. Um, Sterling scored more than Salah and Mane this season.
Hmm.
So I
And
can
he should have
understand the
scored
Sterling.
more.
Yeah, he should have scored more. So I can understand. I can accept that Sterling choice. But Giroud, no, no. See. End of the day, yes, he's
So
probably
my
one of the
point, right?
most.
Karami,
He's probably
Puma is making my
yeah.
point right now. Like that, he gets whacked. I think I got
No,
whacked
no, no.
for listening
I
Giroud one.
I don't think this season he got back because you see, but he came back strong. He came back strong because it was all Abraham as a Chelsea
Hmm.
target man the
Strike.
earlier season, and then he got injured, and then Giroud had to play second fiddle to him, and then the likes of Willian, Pulisic there as the goal scorers. It's not easy. The life is not easy there for him. Uh, I would pick Giroud if you ask me to pick team of the year from January to May, not from August to
Hmm.
May. I would have picked Giroud, and I always believe he is a cup specialist. The Fuller always perform in cup competitions, and he's in another Wembley final, is another FA Cup final. He can go and win his fifth FA Cup, and he was instrumental in Chelsea's win over Man United as well. Because we can say that even for France, it's a no-brainer to say that Benzema is better than Giroud. But Benzema never got into France national team at all. Okay, Giroud went into the World Cup without a single shot on goal, without a single goal in the World Tournament. But he was the focal point for the France attack, which released the likes of
Exactly.
Mbappe and Griezmann to row forward. I understand, and I respect that as a player and everything. But to put him in the team of the year, hmm, I'm not agree with that. I'm not agree with that. But apart from that, yes, I can understand the Laporte and Sterling. It's a solid team. But that's what I said just now. I was okay until when he
Giroud.
picked Giroud's name there. Yeah.
But
It's fine. It's
Puva,
fine.
they I think I don't know whether it's Sky Sports or something. One of those top sources online, they named Fernandez in the team of the year, lah, bro. Come on, they
That
named
is
Fernandez.
also from January till May, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, 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 of course.
So I come on, lah. The only way, I put Fernandez in. I agree with Izul Aslam here and say he's the sub, the penalty specialist. That's where you. Come on, like that's not what it is. Anyway, let's
This
go to.
Izul Foley actually named the entire Liverpool squad, lah.
The position. Yes.
Come on, Izul, don't simply name our first 11. Some people don't even know the first 11 here. Come on. All right, don't put it out there. It's still
Okay,
a
Vinod's
secret.
turn now.
Okay, let's go to Vinod.
Vinod.
Okay, I'll be taking a slightly different team. I'm going to take out the players from Man U, Liverpool, and all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
my keeper would be Dean Henderson. Clear cut.
Technically
the way
a
he
United
managed
player, right?
Progress.
Technically a United player, right?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
I'm
Okay, never
Sheffield
mind.
United
Yeah.
shirt for now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Right back would be Ricardo Pereira. You could see the impact, and when he's playing for Leicester and when he's not there, a lot of
Yeah,
difference to their plays.
Yeah.
Centre back, straightforward for me, would be John Egan and James Traworski. They were able to manage because Burnley and Sheffield, they were able to control their defense well, despite being the lesser teams. And these two guys played a good role. When you look at, they don't have the speed, but they will be able to manage their back line. Left back,
Yeah.
Lucas Digne, I still don't understand how he ended up in Everton
James
for his
Tarkowski
potential.
of Burnley?
Yeah,
Midfield?
Burnley, yeah.
Really?
Yes, Burnley.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was out of
No,
their
I like
defense,
his
man.
leadership quality at the back. How?
Yeah.
Huva, can we get on the
Yes.
phone with
He was
Klopp right
controlling.
now?
I mean, Sean Dyche plays a 4-4-2.
Sean Dyche
Come
was
again,
what?
Vinod? Sandike was?
Okay. My beg your pardon? No, Sean Dyche plays
You,
a typical
yeah.
4-4-2 football.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So when you play a 4-4-2 formation, your two centre backs needs to be strong and commanding. And at the back, you had Nick Pope, a young goalkeeper. So Traworski played a good leadership role there to organize and maintain the team. So that's a captain material there which you need.
Okay, who's your left back then?
Lucas Digne.
Digne.
My left back,
Digne,
Lucas
Everton.
Digne.
Everton.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we'll give that to you.
Don't mind having him menu.
I mind.
Really? Why?
Because we have Shaw and Brendan
Why?
Williams, so just give them some time.
Williams. This
Ah.
William Fulham's good, man.
No, Williams, yes, but I would replace him with Shaw.
Really? Okay, lah. That's your call, but I still like Shaw.
Shaw's been
Though.
given. Okay, my defensive mid would be West Ham, Wonderkid, Declan Rice.
Yes, that's nice.
I mean, the way he has been controlling the midfield of West Ham, especially after COVID, with Sochek in the middle, rock solid.
Yeah, he was.
Despite having vulnerable backline.
Yep.
And my midfield duo would be John Fleck. John Fleck, deep flying footballer, short passes, simple passes, was able to control Sheffield's midfield.
Who again?
John Fleck.
John Fleck.
John Fleck. And my attacking mid would be Jack Grealish, straightforward.
Yeah.
The way he basically, you can say he single-handedly pulled Aston Villa out, despite of they have spent 147, but you don't see those players the impact. But Grealish impact you could have seen. The games he's played and games against the game that he wasn't on the pitch. Up front, left wing, Saint Maximin from Newcastle.
Yep.
Also same, you could see the impact on the pitch with him and without him.
I didn't hear that. Sorry, say again. Who?
The Newcastle winger.
Alan.
The Newcastle winger.
The French winger.
Sorry, who are your midfielders again? Declan Rice, John Fleck,
Jack
Grealish.
Oh, Grealish. Okay. Front three.
Start off with Alan Saint Maximin, Newcastle winger. Okay. Right wing, Adama.
Nice.
Adama, Wolves
We actually
Adama.
overlooked Adama.
Yeah.
I clearly overlooked Adama actually.
We really
But
overlooked
he
Adama.
usually no, but he usually came up from the bench, so
Yeah, he
which is
always came
very
up from the
difficult.
bench.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, even he still doesn't have the ability to hold a 90 minutes game, but
Mm.
Yeah.
he's an impact sub or impact player. Whenever
Yep.
he's on the pitch, he's able to make a difference. I mean, if he's able to sustain for a full 90 minutes, he is a bomb in the making.
Yep.
Who's the
And
final?
my center forward will Raul Jimenez
Nice.
because Jimenez
Puva,
is able to
Puva.
link up play.
I
Ah,
just went and picked every player that played well against Liverpool or something like that, right?
no. Jimenez deserved a place. Deserve a place. But I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
thought you're gonna pick Danny Ings actually. But yeah, Jimenez is a good shout, man.
definitely.
I
I mean,
mean,
let's
Ings was the natural watcher, but Jimenez was able to link up play. He's more of a complete support
Yep.
striker. Was
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
fall back,
look at this,
and
you
when
guys.
you need plays,
It's a very interesting. This is a very interesting one, actually. Who would you pick to manage this team?
Nuno
But
Espirito.
I want to have a say on this. I want to have a say
Ooh.
on the Vinod's team here.
Yep.
But the one name I really like a lot, I admire a lot, is the defensive midfielder from West Ham,
Yeah, yeah,
Declan
yeah.
Rice.
Mm.
Especially when you guys saw the game, United was West Ham that day. He was
Oh
controlling the
yeah,
midfield.
he was riot,
He is everywhere,
and
and there is a news going on that he's interested to for a move out and to join Chelsea. That's scary actually. And see, Chelsea can form a new era with the players they are
signing.
linked with. So that one player that I really admire a lot in that team is Declan Rice.
I have
Given
no
his
complaints.
age,
Maybe
19,
for yeah, he's young.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he's
yeah.
young.
no, I if I can just make a tweak for your in your front three, I would take out Saint Maximin and put in Danny Ings right there, just to get them goals.
Yeah, but
Actually,
there would be a
actually,
bit of
this looks like a team that would take on the Premier League in 2 seasons. I swear to God, this team can win the Premier League in 2 seasons, man.
It could, it
Like,
could.
Puvas and Karamis are gonna win it anytime. Like that Puvas and Karamis team are the next season's our season, guys. But yours is like we'll get there in 2 seasons to go. But this is a very nice lineup, lah. I like this. I like this. I would tell you to pick Klopp to manage this, right? He'll manage this team to victory.
Yeah. Manager is Jurgen Klopp, please. Manager is Jurgen Klopp.
but
Totally, this team is definitely low. You know, a Jurgen Klopp. I would say. I would say. I think if
No, we
Jurgen
know.
Klopp, if you
yeah, I would like to have
if they told Jurgen Klopp, okay, you have a blank sheet of paper, which list, but you have to follow our money ball. This would be his team. You know, like I really do think so, right?
It could, it could, it could be.
yeah,
You know, there was
it could be his team.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Vinod was spot on actually about Ricardo Pereira and Egan. You know, we can see how Leicester City suffered in terms of their gameplay, their wing back, how their wing back operating after Ricardo Pereira's injury. They struggled, and together when they lost Chilwell as well, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Their attacking threat is no more like how it used to be. And then they lost in the middle, Madison. So Leicester, despite we can say that a bottle job, they bottled it at the end, 14 points lead over United at one stage. But
That's
fair
because
play to them.
they got Brendan Rodgers, the bottler, right there. Come on.
No. He
Yeah.
was
It's injuries,
unfortunate with
man.
injuries
Yeah.
as well. He was unlucky with the injuries as well. And
Yeah.
about Egan, yes, as well. The Sheffield United center back, brilliant man. He scored some vital goals as well. He is calm and composed for me, this is a very, decent team outside top 6, top 7. Raul Jimenez is 8 or 9. I can't remember. It's a good team, really good. Interesting picks, as Sena said.
I'm telling you, it's really interesting picks here, and
It's good.
I would not have I would not have seen that coming really. And
Yeah.
it's amazing how still there's only one Arsenal player in our teams of the year, you guys.
Who else? Who else would have made? Who else would have made it to the team, man? Can you name it? Who else?
I like
Without-
Pepe would have
Tierney.
made it to the team if he played more. If he played,
Yeah, he played.
Tierney as well, but he was injured.
Yeah, Tierney is a good
Yeah,
left
if
back,
Tierney,
but
if Tierney had played from the beginning, I think,
Yeah.
probably he would have been the right left back in our team. Who knows?
There's I think
Yep.
that there's quite a number of players here that but we're always going to talk about the prevailing ones. We're only going to talk about the prevailing ones. It is also quite a big statement that we really don't have a lot of Spurs players out there, in the list.
They underperformed this season.
they
They
bottled up
They
this year.
really
underperformed, but Mourinho took them from here to where they finished by some miracle. I guess that's who Mourinho is now. He's no longer that the title winning
The
guy.
championship, yeah.
Find me when you want to avoid relegation or something like that, right? So
No, he already set his target. He wants to enter Europa League. He wants to win it. He even said before, the only time I played in Europa League was with Porto. He won it. He
Man
said he
U.
won it. I played one. I won it. Now he's saying that if Spurs got into Europa League, the aim is to go and win it, because
He won it
deep
twice,
inside
Paul.
it.
you want with United also, right?
With United, so he won it.
Sorry. The
and
two
three.
times he involved there, he actually go and won it. It's true.
Yeah.
He only
So he
played
won
twice
that.
in Europa League.
He wants a hat trick.
Yeah. He wants a hat-trick, and to be fair to him, probably he knows that Spurs not gonna make top 4 next season. So it would be how to
It's the
say.
right way to qualify for the Champions League.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but if you want me to pick one player from Spurs, probably I would put him in bench. And also he's Argentinian, so Lo Celso, the midfielder.
It had to be an Argentinian, and
Lo
Pova
Celso.
is still campaigning for Argentina to win the World Cup.
I think since restart, Lo Celso been brilliant for Spurs.
Yep. I have to
But
agree.
don't you think Harry Winks were playing a better role? Winks.
Yeah, of course. In midfield he's doing his job, but for me, Lo Celso contributed more to the attack. He even had a few assists and few goals as well in the process. Because we all know how Spurs played, against Arsenal, against Everton. It was boring. Their football is flat, nothing, no creativity, nothing. So they needed someone like Lo Celso to do something, and I think he delivered.
But when you have Mourinho in charge, that's the football that you get. He doesn't
Not
give
always.
you
I think not always. I feel not always. Yes, most of the time. When you already make it clear, when he knew that his team on the paper is not good enough as his opponent on the paper, he said he don't mind play like that. He said he don't mind playing like that. End of the day, everybody knows how Spurs played against Arsenal. Arsenal dominated the game, but end of the day, even though he parked the bus, he didn't really park the bus, but he had more shots on goal compared to Arsenal. And end of the day, he actually beat Arsenal. So fair play to him. End of the day, people won't remember how Spurs played that game. Spurs actually won that game, and North London was white that day. So no complaint, man.
Remember that game, Inter and Barcelona, that he came out with a quote, "I didn't park the bus, I parked the other."
Yes.
That's one of his best matches.
because he claims on the first leg at Milan, where Inter Milan won 3-1, they didn't park the bus. That's his
Correct.
justification, and it is acceptable actually. He said he was against the best team in the world at that moment in front of the 90,000 plus crowd. The only logical thing you have to do is to defend the lead. And
Yep.
come
Yes.
on, they were down to 10 men, man, after the Thiago's red card, if not mistaken. Somebody's red card. So with 10 men, what
Uh,
you expect? Even with 11, he will park the bus. With 10, no need to say double tackle.
yes.
Lah.
Yep, yep. Okay, guys. I think we've come to the end of the show. I think talking about one of the topics that we wanted to talk about on the next episode was perhaps we're going to talk about overachievers and
Yeah.
underachievers, right? Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Overachievers and underachievers, and these are going to be topics that we can talk about, and we're going to talk about maybe a few managers and their styles that we will be coming back in 2 weeks, and we will talk about this. Mourinho seems to be a very good topic. Um, we could probably get Josiah again, and let's talk about Bielsa, although I think he covered a lot of Bielsa today. There are a few other managers. We can do a lot of comparisons with managers from the past. So we will be doing that on the next show. There's a lot to talk about, right? So we'll probably get a lot of you fans, a lot of you people who are watching. We're probably going to get you on the show. We're going to reach out to you, or you guys can reach out to us. We will be wanting to hear from you and your perspective. This show is for the fans. You don't need to be a famous name like Karami
Yeah.
and Puga to be on the show.
Come on,
Uh,
man. Come on.
we are just ordinary fans who want to, there you see, talk about Bielsa, lads. So that's a call out to the Leeds United fan that just left our show. He was here earlier. You can watch the rerun if you missed him really talking passionately about Leeds United and the struggle and how they have finally come back to where they belong, and how it's just jubilation all over for them. So yeah, we will be talking about this in the next show. Dave B has been following us for 2 shows now on Cop Talk and also here. We probably need to get him on this show. He's got good insights. We'll probably want to get Joel back as well to talk about the bigger scene outside of Liverpool and see what his views are. We want to talk about a lot of other things in terms of football, world football as well, and we could take it out of the Premier League and go elsewhere, to Spain, to Italy, to France. There's so many things to
Yeah.
talk about, you guys. So we've really come out. We've really overrun our time, but this is good. This shows that we've got a lot to talk about, a lot of content. I think we spent a lot of time on Leeds just now.
Yeah.
But I think they deserved it. So we'll be back soon. I'd just like to thank Karami, Puva again, and also Vinod. Welcome back to our show. Thank you so much for joining us again, Vinod, who's a follower. I hope all of us here can keep word spreading, get more people to support, get more people to watch. Yeah. Hey, we will get you on. We'll definitely get you on. Do reach out to us, on Facebook, and we will definitely want you. Loads to share. Definitely, yeah. So come on here and let's get kicking, right? So thank you so much for watching. We had decent viewers today. We had about up to 10, 15 viewers at one point for first episode. I'm sure when we prepare earlier, we will try to put out the promos earlier, and you guys can share it. We get more views, more comments. The comments really drive us to really have a different angle, different view, different take. So we really appreciate all the comments. So that's it. Any last words from Vinod, Puva, and Karami?
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Just holler at me if you need me on the show. No problem.
Thank you, sir. We do need you there. Don't worry. We will be in touch soon. Vinod, Puma.
Good to be here. You know where to reach out to me, lah.
Yes. To be honest, I'm very close to asking you to switch clubs because your passionate comments on our Cop Talk show about Liverpool and what we need looks like you know our club sometimes a lot better than us, man. So the
Just
option
being
is
new.
there. Puva has got the form. If you want to switch clubs, just gotta fill it up. We can accept.
I will pass. I might consider after 30 years, sir.
After 30 years. Puva.
Yeah, it's a pleasure again to join another show here. And it's good to have Vinod and Karami again. Good insight, especially the team of the season. It was interesting. It was really interesting. And my friend Joshua just now, I think we all loved his whatever he talked about Leeds. We never
Very
followed
passionate.
championship. Yeah,
Yeah.
the first name came to my mind when we talk about Leeds is Joshua. So I really wanted him so badly in our show, and yeah, I'm sure he's watching now. I hope he's watching now. So thank you, Joshua. Would love to see him again in our show.
Thank you
And
to all
yeah,
the
again,
Liverpool Leeds fans that are watching. We appreciate it, guys.
yeah,
And we're so
shout out
happy
to all the
for-
Leeds United fans. Yeah, that's it. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me again.
No,
I know I know our viewers would be bored to see both our faces again and again, lady.
I know. I don't think they're probably your face, Puva, but I'm pretty sure they're sick and tired with me and my 25 posts on Liverpool winning every day. on
Oh
social
yeah.
So,
Sometimes even myself feel like you are overdoing it in Facebook.
I don't know. It looks like
I
I'm
mean,
saving
what? 30 years.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay. You're the
yeah,
champ.
yeah,
You can do
you
anything. You're the
understand.
champ. Just do anything you want.
Yeah, because you might need to wait another 30 years for the next celebration.
precisely, right? Precisely. Like us winning.
Enjoy while you can.
Yeah, us winning the Premier League is not an everyday thing. So yeah, I am gonna do my thing, you guys. Anyway, this is Footy Talk, and we are gonna sign off. Thank you very much for watching, and
Thank you very much.
we'll be back soon. If you guys, all of you have got viewers have got suggestions what you want us to cover next, drop us a line and give us some pointers, and we'll try to cover it and see what we can come up with. Thank you so much. Good night.